Most of y'all know my story already, so I won't rehash it here, but briefly, I was sentenced to 30 years, a 30-year sentence, 12 years in prison and then 18 years on probation back in 2009. I was one sick, diseased woman, just hopelessly, desperately addicted to cocaine. And when the housing market crashed back in 2008, I and my other addicted friend, we burned my house down for the $500,000 insurance policy. Did I get the insurance money? No. Were we found guilty? Yes, of course. But because I was a 48-year-old woman, this was my first offense, I asked to be for addiction recovery treatment instead of sitting in a cage for years and years. But they said no. Punish the drug addict, they're worthless losers anyway. DAs and judges, they thought that way, and some still do. A friend mailed me Kate Boccia's card in prison about the National Incarceration Association and her advocacy for her son Daniel, who'd been sentenced to serve the mandatory minimum of 15 years in prison for armed robbery. He was 19 years old, and she would have none of it. As soon as I was released, I reached out to her, and that was in 2016, and she has been and remains the strongest, most passionate woman, helping families try to manage the trauma while their loved one is incarcerated. Kate supported me by letting me come live with her and her husband with a fractured spine for 8 months. Who does that? While I searched for a job that would hire a convicted felon. She was instrumental in helping me get the job I've had now for 3 years as peer support specialist for Fulton County Superior Court, which I love. Getting the men in Fulton County Jail into treatment programs instead of prison. Our latest achievement was 3 weeks ago. I went to court before the same judge and DA who had sentenced me to 30 years. And I argued my case for probation termination without a lawyer, and I won. 18 years of future probation gone. And Kate was right there in the courtroom with me, ready to jump up and advocate for me like a bulldog if needed. As many of you know, Kate's son Daniel tragically died unexpectedly from an overdose this past August, seven months ago. There are no words. I thought she was gonna break, but she got stronger. She's built up the NIA as the go-to source on legal reform, addiction, and family support. And I'd like to honor my hero, the mightiest force for legal reform, for addiction treatment, not prison, the real recovery warrior. It's my friend Kate Boccia. Please come up. Yes. This was a surprise.
I have no words, but just thank you all for your support in the recovery world. Daniel's loss is just, we all have experienced it. So it's women like Truth and the rest of you that make this thing happen. And Neil, thank God for the work. She was there from the beginning of my journey. So this is an important group, and we'll continue to support you and grow and move the movement. I promise you that.
Thank you.